Imagine a wave, not of water, but of thick, sticky, sweet molasses, crashing through a city. Sounds like something out of a fantasy movie, right? But this actually happened. Let's travel back to January 15th, 1919, in Boston, Massachusetts. It was an unusually warm winter day. In the city's north end, a massive steel tank stood over 50 feet tall and 90 feet wide. It was owned by the Purity Distilling Company and held more than 2 million gallons of molasses. This wasn't just for pancakes. Molasses was a key ingredient for making industrial alcohol, which was then used to produce munitions for World War I. So, this tank was a big deal. Just after noon, without any warning, the tank exploded. Witnesses later said they heard a deep rumble, like a train, followed by a series of machine gun-like sounds as the steel rivets popped off. Then, the entire structure failed catastrophically. A colossal wave of molasses, estimated to be up to 25 feet high, burst out, moving at an incredible 35 miles per hour. It was a brown, sticky tsunami. The sheer force of this wave was terrifying. It ripped buildings from their foundations, twisted the steel girders of an elevated railway track, and tossed wagons and cars around like toys. People and animals in its path were caught completely off guard. The thick, viscous liquid was almost impossible to escape. It was like being trapped in quicksand. The wave knocked people off their feet, and the sheer weight and stickiness of the molasses made it incredibly difficult to breathe or move. The aftermath was a scene of utter chaos and devastation. The entire neighborhood was coated in a layer of molasses that was several feet deep in some places. The sweet smell, which initially filled the air, soon mixed with the sounds of destruction and cries for help. Rescue efforts began immediately. Police, firefighters, sailors from a nearby naval ship, and hundreds of volunteers rushed to the scene. But the rescue was incredibly challenging. The molasses was so thick and sticky, it would pull the boots right off the rescuers' feet. They waded through the waist-deep goo, trying to find survivors. Every step was a struggle. They worked for days, searching through the sticky wreckage for anyone who might be trapped. In the end, the great molasses flood claimed 21 lives and injured over 150 people. The cleanup was a monumental task. It took weeks, and crews used salt water pumped from the harbor to wash the molasses off the streets, which then flowed into the Boston harbor, turning it brown for months. For decades afterward, residents claimed that on hot summer days, you could still smell the faint, sweet scent of molasses in the North End. So what caused this disaster? The investigation revealed a combination of factors. The tank was poorly constructed and hadn't been properly tested. It was rushed into service to meet wartime demand. The unusually warm weather that day likely caused the molasses inside to expand, putting immense pressure on the already weak tank walls. It was a perfect storm of shoddy engineering and bad luck. The Great Molasses Flood led to significant changes in construction standards and government oversight in the United States. It became a classic case study for engineering students on the importance of safety regulations and proper testing. It's a bizarre and tragic story, a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected things can lead to disaster. A city, for one terrifying day, was literally swallowed by molasses. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories on American history. See you next time.